I'm going to discuss with you the new topic, that is ideal transformers and practical transformer. First of all, I want to introduce myself. Myself Sukhvinder Singh, assistant professor, electrical department, modern group of colleges. Student, today we will discuss about the various differences between the ideal and practical transformer. First of all, we come to the ideal transformer. What is the ideal? Ideal mean a thing which do not have any losses. Mean the whatever you applied input power, you get the same 100% output power. So ideal transformer have no any losses. Here, uh, this is the diagram that show the ideal transformer with no losses. As you see in the diagram and in the statement, ideal transformer is a lossless device with an input and output winding. Lossless, why it is called lossless? Because whatever you applied the input to this, you will get the same output. Mean there is a 100% efficiency of an ideal transformer. And if you talk about the losses, then there is no losses in the case of ideal transformer. Here we will discuss the relation between input voltage and output voltage, as we have already discussed in our transformation ratio for a transformer in the previous lectures, where we write A is equal to np upon ns. A is basically a transformer ratio, where np is called the number of turn in the primary coils, and ns is the number of turn in the secondary coils. So, and vp upon vs, vp is the applied ac voltage that we supply to the primary coils, and vs is the secondary coil output voltage that we receive on the output end of the transformer. So generally, this came out to be 1, because in case of ideal transformer there is no any loss, and k or a transformation come out to be 1, approximately equal to 1. And by this, we came to know that np or ip is equal to ns is. You know that is the current in the secondary coils, and ip is the current in the primary coils. From here you can draw the relations. Now we will little bit discuss about the what is the ideal transformer and what are the characteristics involved in the ideal transformer. Firstly, the foremost concept is it loss are zero. Obviously there is no any loss in the ideal transformer. Losses in term of iron losses, we have already discussed what are the iron losses and what are the copper losses. Copper losses, because the copper wire that we use, and iron losses, that is the eddy currents, high stresses losses that occurred in the transformer, that we have already discussed the various type of losses. But in the ideal or practical ideal transformer, there is no any losses. Student, practically there is a it is not possible to have an ideal transformer, because there is a loss always. We didn't get an 100% power at the output end of a transformer. If we talk about the examples in our daily life, that transformer that we use to supply the electricity, that is not a ideal transformer. Or this is basically assumption that we made, that we done in a simulation. Why we how we get the 100% output, that only we get in the simulations or computer software program. We will get the 100% efficiency, but in a practicals or real life, we didn't get any 100% output on the other sides of the other end of the transformer. But we have to discuss, as it is in our curriculum, that we have to discuss about it. So ideal transformer is a transformer having the following characteristics. Firstly, the loss is zero. There is no any loss. Either it is copper loss, iron loss, high stress losses, or eddy current losses. That is a major important loss that occurred in the transformer. Primary and secondary winding resistance are zero. Obviously, R is a main reason for losses in the transformer, because power is equal to V is equal to power P is directly proportional to R. So some power get lost because the highly resistance of the conducting wires. That's why R here, the we assume that we assumption that we take, that R, uh, that primary and secondary windings, that we have wire that we use in the primary and secondary wiring, in that case resistance is zero. but in a practical life this is not possible. So this is assumption. Secondly, leakage flux is zero. This is another characteristic of ideal practical transfer that we assume. Leakage flux mean mutual inductance flux that produced due to the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, that is also equal to zero. But student, in practical life this is not possible, that we will discuss in our next slide. There are all the flux produced by the primary winding is coupled with, mean if the flux mutual flux is zero, it mean whatever the flux produced in the primary winding is totally coupled with the secondary winding. So in that case, if this will happen, then you will get the 100% efficiency of the transfer. But this is not practically happen, because some flux leaks in the core of the transformer that we have discussed as eddy current losses. So this is practically not possible. So now we write external voltage applied to the primary. V1 is same as the primary reduced E1. Here they write that whatever you apply the voltage toward the primary coil, they will induce EMF, same induced EMF in the secondary coil, in the primary ends. Because the primary winding resistance is zero, that's why there is no any cases of losses, and this is exactly equal to same. But similar way on the secondary end, E2 is equal to V2. E2 stand for the induced EMF produced due to the secondary winding, and that is also equal to V2. So again in transformation ratio, we if we put these in the transformation ratio, V2 upon V1 mean E2 upon E1, K is a transformation, or sometimes we use it as A, then it is equal to 1. K1 mean the transformer having 100% efficiency, or it is called ideal transformer. But practically life this is not possible. We have already discussed the if k is equal to 1 and k greater than equal to 1, what will happen. If k less than equal to 1, what will happen. We have already discussed step up and step down transformer. But if k is equal to 1, sometime this question may be asked in your MCQ in a gate examination. What will happen if k is equal to 1? If k is equal to 1, then your transformer is called ideal transformer, having 100% efficiency. There is no loss in the transformer. So 8 point we discuss, efficiency of an ideal transformer is 100% because k is equal to 1. This is because there is no loss take place at anywhere. No losses will be happen. Or obviously there is a voltage regulation that we will discuss in our next that we have already discussed in our practicals. What do you mean by voltage regulations of a transformer? The voltage regulation basically tell us the what is the difference between the output power minus input power divided by output power. Basically that also calculate the efficiency of a transformer. Not efficiency, that is the voltage regulation, a different thing. So that is that come out to be 100%. This means that secondary voltage will remain constant with respect to the load. So whatever you find out with the ideal transformer, you find voltage regulations 0% and efficiency 100%. Now student, we will discuss what will happen when we connect no load to a transformer, that is called ideal. First and foremost concept in your mind, that is you must make sure that if you are dealing with the ideal transformer, then you will getting a V1 is equal to V2. Mean whatever voltage you apply on the primary end, you will get the same voltage on the secondary end. There is no any step down or no step up. So first of all we see the figure number 6.81a. Ideal transformer is shown in an ideal transformer is one which has no power losses. In order to have transformer with zero loss, following condition must be satisfied. Mean they have also tell us the same condition that we have already discussed, that primary and secondary do not have any resistance, that we have already discussed in the characteristics of the ideal transformer. Or it is also called winding resistance of a primary secondary should be zero. Well, there is no any resistance, but that is not possible in a practically in any transformer, mean where we have zero resistance. That is not practically possible, but here we assume it. Secondly, loss taking place in the core, hysteresis loss and eddy current loss should be zero. That we have already discussed in our slide in our previous lecture, There must be some hysteresis losses and there must be some eddy current losses because the flux leakage. But in the ideal practical transformer, this case should be eliminated. Mean there is no any loss of the transformer. Here is a diagram that show ideal transformer on a load, on a no load. Sorry, here diagram say that no load. So here you write primary coils. N1 represent the primary coils and N2 represent the secondary coils. But V1 applied alternating voltage. Student, you must note down here is a V1 is a alternating. Never confuse V1 as a DC voltage. Transformer is not used for converting DC into DC. You must write there is a, if you write DC, your whole question will be wrong. You must write AC, alternating voltage. Voltage having a polarity, positive and negative polarity, having a changing polarity, means they change their level. So that is V1 in the one side of the transformer, and on the other side of the transformer it is V2. But as per the practically or ideal transformer, they must be equal. Whatever the load or no unload, they must be equal on the output end. Here is the phasor diagram. Phasor diagram basically tell us the induced EMF setup and basically graph between the induced EMF and the voltage applied. That is also part of your syllabus, but this question may be asked in 1 or 2 marks. Now student, next we discuss the what is a practically transformer. Practically transformer क्या होता है? What we have to discuss about that? Practical transformer that we are dealing with our actual life. Mean जो आपके घरों के बाहर ट्रांसफार्मर लगे हैं, सभी को पता है वट एवर द सप्लाई वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम द बिजली बोर्ड, पंजाब स्टेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड, मीन जो हमारा 66 kV है, फ्रॉम 66 kV देर इज़ अनदर सब स्टेशन दैट इज़ मे बी 11 kV और 33 kV. 33 kV वी विल converted into our 240 voltage or 400 voltage. That should be done with the help of a step down transformer that we have already discussed. But that transformer have number of losses in that transformer. For example, high hysteresis losses. High hysteresis losses is basically losses because of the high hysteresis curve of ferromagnetic material. Ferromagnetic material we have already discussed, student. Because of the BH curve of the ferromagnetic material, we choose that particular material who having a low hysteresis losses. जैसे आपके पास आयरन है, आयरन इज़ अ फेरोमैग्नेटिक मटेरियल, तो आयरन के फेरोमैग्नेटिक मटेरियल्स को उसको दोबारा रीगेन करने के लिए, उसकी प्रॉपर्टी को अगेन फेरोमैग्नेटिक मटेरियल बनाने के लिए हमें जो एनर्जी लॉस होती है, दैट इज़ टर्म एज ए hysteresis losses. मीन वेन एवर वी यूज़ फेरोमैग्नेटिक मटेरियल इन ए ट्रांसफार्मर कोर, तो some of the domains of the ferromagnetic material get aligned in a particular direction. So to realign that domains, there is a need of some energy. That energy we take from the supplied voltage. So that energy should be spent in terms of high hysteresis losses. So that is only possible with the help of मटीरियल हैविंग अ लो hysteresis और लो BH कर्व लूप. जैसे हम आजकल पहले हम आयरन कोर यूज़ करते थे, सॉफ्ट आयरन कोर यूज़ करते थे, बट नाउ डे वी आर यूजिंग अ स्टील. वाई वी यूजिंग स्टील? बिकॉज स्टील की जो BH कर्व है दैट इज़ क्वाइट लो एज़ कम्पेयर टू द आयरन और अदर फेरोमैग्नेटिक मटीरियल. स्टील की हम बहुत कम हम यूज़ करते हैं. जब समटाइम वी यूज़ अलाई विच है हैविंग अ लो hysteresis लूप. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि ट्रांसफार्मर जो हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं ट्रांसफार्मर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के लिए, तो उसमें hysteresis losses रहता है, बट वी कैन रिड्यूस इट बाय यूजिंग अ डिफरेंट फेरोमैग्नेटिक मटेरियल हैविंग लो BH कर्व. तो सेकंड इज एडी करंट लॉसेस. एडी करंट लॉसेस कैसे होता है? दैट इज आल्सो बिकॉज द फ्लक्स दैट इंड्यूस इनसाइड द कोर ऑफ द ट्रांसफार्मर, उसके कारण वहाँ पे हीट प्रोड्यूस हो जाती है. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट एडी करंट से वहाँ एडी करंट आकर हो जाता है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे आयरन कोर के अंदर भी करंट आना स्टार्ट हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ द फ्लक्स दैट इंड्यूस विद द आयरन कोर्स. Sorry students. Now there is a iron losses. Iron losses we have already discussed. The hysteresis and eddy current, they are a part of the iron losses. Copper losses, that is again a big losses in the ideal in a practical transformer. That losses occur due to the conducting copper wire. Student, in the practical transformer, there must be R, resistance, value of resistance. Because of this resistance, the heat produce, and this heat can produce in a transformer that again a losses. So when the practical transformer is in a no load, secondary current will be zero, and hence the copper loss in the secondary winding will be zero. If अगर हम नो लोड कंसिडर कर रहे हैं तो हमारा कॉपर लॉस वहाँ पे जीरो आ सकता है, अदरवाइज कॉपर लॉस रहेगा रहेगा वहाँ पे. ठीक है जी स्टूडेंट, दिस इज लिटिल बिट थिंग अबाउट द योर practical transformer. Now there is a one another effect that is called leakage reactance, or it is effect. Student, that is very important topics as per examination point of view. As I have told you, first of all, see this diagram. Before discussing it, see this diagram. A leakage flux. This is the basic practical diagram for any practical transformer. Mean जो इसकी main diagram है transformer की with the load. We have connected load along with this diagram. Look at the single phase AC supply that is connected with the primary winding. Primary winding will what will happen on the primary side? It will produce a flux inside the flux link from the primary to secondary. It will produce a mutual flux based on the mutual induction concept. There will be phi produced inside the core of the transformer that linked with the secondary coil, and hence they will produce the secondary voltage on the other side of the load that is sent to the load. But whenever we apply voltage to the primary coil, some flux also linked with the core of the or some core or some iron core of the transformer. Look at the diagram where leakage flux F phi L1. You see in the diagram leakage flux phi L1. Phi L1 basically is the leakage flux that produced due to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic conduction also, because some flux linked with the coils also here. And similar way that is also linked with another secondary side that is called leakage flux phi L2. Phi L1 is the leakage flux produced by the primary current I1 and it is in phase with the I1. Phi L2 is the leakage flux produced by the secondary current I2 and they are in phase with the other. Due to this leakage flux, F1 self-induced EMF is induced in the primary winding. So we have already discussed about the concept about self-induced EMF. Self-induced EMF mean whenever the flux linked with the circuit coil changes, induced EMF setup in the coil. So leakage flux on the primary side will produce, and it will also produce an induced EMF that is called EL1. Similar way, leakage flux on the other side will produce induced EMF EL2. This basically, what will they cause? They will cause ultimately there is a loss in the transformer. Both leakage flux cause the loss in the transformer. Now come out of the leakage reactance and its effect. Explanation till now assume that flux produced by primary get linked entirely with the nowadays we have till date we have already discussed in our previous slides and discussed that whenever primary flux with the primary coil changes or voltage level changes, it will induce a flux inside the, but this flux will already linked with the secondary coil because of the mutual inductance concept. That is also we have discussed, but practically it does not happen as a part of the practically does not happen. Practically, why it doesn't happen? Because practically totally flux can't link with the secondary winding. Flux primary winding get linked with the secondary winding, but total flux can't link with it. So a part of the primary flux complete its path through the air and it will link with the primary winding itself. That we have already discussed in this section. With some part of the flux linked with the primary winding that will induce a leakage flux. Leakage flux mean there must be some induced EMF that is EL1 or EL2. ठीक है जी. Similarly, a part of secondary flux produced as also coupled to the secondary winding through the air as shown in figure. Such flux are called such flux are called leakage flux. Leakage flux is the flux that is the extra flux produced in the transformer because of the leakage of the flux, or they are basically represented by phi L1 and phi L2. Student, hope you enjoy this lecture. In next lecture we will discuss what are the various efficiency and voltage regulations of a transformer. That is also going to be a very interesting part of your syllabus. And now whatever the whenever examination question may be asked, what is the difference between ideal transformer and a practical transformer? So the main difference is only we get an ideal transformer there is a no any kind of losses, and but in a practical transformer all losses exist. Thank you student, thank you very much.